One of Them Days is a quirky and fun homage to Los Angeles, and I need Keke Palmer and SZA in more movies immediately. Now look, I'm gonna be the first to admit that I was very nervous about watching this movie. First off, I did not know that SZA acted, so I thought this was another one of those situations where they took a talented singer and they were like, close enough. Here's a script. You know, like they be doing with Beyonce sometimes. Y'all saw Carmen. But yeah, that is the major reason why this review is late, because I was really trying to muster up the courage to be disappointed. But I think SZA actually had the perfect role as Alyssa. Now, I couldn't stand how dumb she was in this movie. But it wasn't dumb because SZA was casted. It was dumb because Alyssa was dumb. Or really, she makes poor decisions. I shouldn't say she's dumb. She's talented AF, but of course she doesn't see it. And she really is the stereotypical go with the flow, the universe is gonna work it all out. She's that type of artsy friend. And she's definitely gonna hype you up.
Get out of your head. You got this. You're the what? Not the... I'm the one, not the two. You're the... I'm the one, not the two. Yeah, I love you.
But it feels like she knows everyone's worth besides her own, because she can't see the value in how good her art is. And because of that, she ultimately ends up being a pretty shitty friend. Like, her antics keep ending up getting Drew in terrible situations. And I feel like it took her far too long to see that, and that's why I was a little annoyed with the character. She out here getting into ghetto brawls while Drew is trying to get her a nice, well-paid job. The ghetto! Ooh, the ghetto. Shout out to Nene Leakes. And on top of it all, to kind of complete the package, she's dating the ultimate fuckboy. And then we find out why she's keeping him around, which is never worth it, because girlies, there are plenty of eggplants in the parm, okay? Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for One of Them Days, starring SZA and Keke Palmer. So if you haven't seen it yet and you do not want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on One of Them Days, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop your thoughts below if you do want to participate in the conversation, and give this video a like before you go, so I know you enjoyed it. If you want to keep the conversation going after this video, feel free to head on over to my Discord server. It's a place for us to chit chat outside of YouTube, and it is also where I host watch parties, and it's free, so why not? The link is in the description box. Now, if you are a regular viewer of my channel, or you are subscribed, shout out to you, then you know that the LA at the end of my name is there because I'm from LA. And I know you are probably tired of me talking about how I'm from LA, but you should have prepared to be sick of me, because people from LA love to talk about how they're from LA. Like, it's just part of being from the city. If you know, you know. This movie had straight up LA vibes, and I think out of everything, that's why I loved it so much. So many times while I was watching this movie, I was like,
I know what that is.
It just hits different when you're from the city. The movie started off with Big Boy,
Real 92.3, LA's new home for hip-hop. Big Boy's neighborhood, good morning LA.
who has been a radio host since I was a kid, and probably even before that. I remember hearing Big Boy in the mornings when I was a kid, being driven to school. Like, that's just, it's like childhood nostalgia. And hear him do the phone taps and all these things that are very much LA culture. And although I haven't listened to the radio in years, because Spotify playlists have taken over my life, I definitely understand the significance in having him in that intro. Now, most of this movie is filmed in the jungles, which as soon as I saw this shot of this yellow and green apartment building, I was like, oh, they filming this in the jungle, because I have literally driven down that street so many times. I still have family members who live over there. Now, a little history on the jungles. That area used to be heavily filled and influenced by gang activity. And I don't only know that because I'm from LA, but I know that because I used to live there. When I was a little girl, I have very distinct memories of gang members literally walking with me and my mom down the street to keep us safe, because the neighborhoods were bad, they were dangerous. There is very much a lot of personal history, a lot of LA culture, and a lot of black culture in that area. Now, apparently it's referred to as the jungles because of the foliage in the area, but that never really made sense to me. I thought people called it the jungles because it's a dangerous place to be, and to me that still makes more sense. And you know that because of the bars on the windows, which are literally there to keep burglars from getting in the houses. The area has calmed down a lot, I will give it that, and the movie did a great job at highlighting that and how the gentrification is taking place. But I will still say, my dad's car got broken into in the jungles literally 2 years ago, so it's still not as safe as can be. Don't let these white people fool you. They might be outside jogging in the morning, but it's people breaking into cars at night. And the way that it's depicted in the movie is exactly the way that it's happening. They're waiting for people to either move out or get evicted, typically low-income families in the area, and once they're out of the apartment, they renovate it, and then they raise the rent to $2,500 a month to live in the jungles in neighborhoods where you can't find parking past 10 a.m.
You know this gonna take a minute. Go in and I'll find a spot.
There also was the mention of Crenshaw High and Dorsey High, two very infamous, I'll say, high schools in the LA area. I didn't go to either of those schools. Actually, when I was high school age, I lived in the LA high school district, but my mom always tried to keep me out of those schools because, like I said, they are infamous for being bad schools. They have a lot of fighting and, low test score, things that you would expect. Nevertheless, there has been some amazing talent to come out of both Dorsey and Crenshaw High, even with their bad rep. This part also made the LA native in me smile so big.
A nigga was really just stealing shit from Fox Hills.
Now, Fox Hills is a mall in an area that's kind of in between Baldwin Hills, which is where the jungles are, and Culver City, which is where the white people live. It's kind of like right in between the two cities. Not so fun fact, I got my prom dress from the Fox Hills Mall, and when me and my mom came out, our car was gone because someone had stolen it because they wanted the back seat out of the truck. True story. So obviously I don't have the fondest memories of the Fox Hills Mall, but I also understand how important it is to LA culture. But anyway, I say all that to say this. That area too has been gentrified, and they renamed the Fox Hills Mall Westfield Culver City Mall. So anyone who's white or not from LA is going to call it the Westfield Culver City Mall. But anyone who's a native is going to refer to it as the Fox Hills Mall because it's always going to be the Fox Hills Mall. And that's on Mary and all the little lambs. All in all, I really just love seeing my city represented, especially when it's representing neighborhoods that people, sometimes including myself, don't go in because they have historically been pretty dangerous. When it comes to Drew, I love this character, and I also feel like I related with the character in a lot of ways. I definitely understand and know the feeling of working your way up in LA and trying to get into a more corporate or managerial position. It's kind of what I did. YouTube is very much a passion project and a side hustle for me, but I do clock in to my corporate girly job 9 through 5 Monday through Friday. I also understand what it's like to feel like you're putting in all the effort you can and you're getting nothing in return, because YouTube is kind of like that in a way. I don't think a lot of people really be knowing this, but I've been doing YouTube for about 3 years now, and it's a grind all 3 years. And sometimes, especially in the beginning, sometimes I used to push videos out and nobody but me saw them. And that's why I'm so thankful for the little community that I'm building here now, because it feels like, wow, people are actually seeing me. People actually care about my commentary now. So I know that feeling of just being like, damn, I did all the things and all the things are not coming back to me. The universe is not listening. Exactly something that Drew said.
I got the direct line to the ancestors.
Well, girl, they not listening.
Sometimes it just really has been one of them days. It's just one of them days. Don't take it personal. But still, Drew showed up to her interview looking as polished as she could for the terrible day that she had. Her bun was a little crooked, and I think that just added a little seasoning to the whole situation, because she did her best. She walked in there looking like she had just gotten off her shift at the club and threw a blazer on. Her bun is crooked, but she still walked in there and she pretty much owned that interview. And at the end of the day, she had exactly what it takes to work in the field. My first corporate job out of college, I worked at the office of a restaurant that I had worked at for 4 years while I was in college. So I understand that restaurant to kind of management or restaurant to corporate trajectory, because it's the exact same trajectory that I had. Is this movie about me? And being a manager is going to require you to make a very quick decision in a fast-paced environment. I know I sound like a job, like a LinkedIn job ad, but very, quick decisions in a fast-paced environment, constantly be thinking, constantly be innovating. And that's exactly what she did when she decided to host this little courtyard art gallery situation. I think that perfectly exhibited her leadership skills. And it really does show that she had the skills, she had the talent, and she had the ability. She just wasn't in the right rooms, which is exactly what happens to a lot of young adults and young people who grow up in neighborhoods like the jungle. There's so much talent that of course exists in those neighborhoods. Like there are talented children who exist everywhere, talented young adults who exist everywhere. But when you grow up in an environment like that, it really can go against you. And I don't care what anybody says about that. Everybody does not have the same chance. You don't really get the same opportunity to hone in on your leadership skills especially when you're a black male and you fighting for your life because gang members live in your neighborhood. Like, you're just not gonna have the same 24 hours that other people have. I'm sorry. And to be honest, that whole courtyard art gallery thing is the exact type of thing that white people in LA are looking for. They would have showed up to that and been like, oh, I'm going to this super exclusive, invite only art exhibit in, I guess they call it Baldwin Hills. In Baldwin Hills, it's going to be amazing. And they would spend the money on those art pieces because those art pieces are one of a kind and they come from an area where most white people will not go. It's an experience and they definitely will pay for it. And I also love that she gets her a good man at the end. He's a good man, Savannah. This guy, Manic. If you've ever read The Coldest Winter Ever, which is a book I absolutely love, he 100% gave me midnight vibes. A few other things I loved about this movie. Cat Williams. I had no idea he was going to be in this movie, so it was a nice surprise. I always love seeing Cat Williams. I think he is hilarious. I also love the music. Y'all know I'm a Doechii stan. I need to order my Alligator Bites Never Heal vinyl. That's the next Vital that's gonna be up there. I love that. As you know, I'm a huge music fan. Make sure you follow me on Spotify and check out all of my playlists that I curate. I'm not an artist, I just like making playlists for people. So if you like a good playlist, check it out. I also thought seeing the countdown to how much time they had before they were gonna be evicted or before Lolo ended everything for them, I thought that was cute. Not that that's anything super creative or unique. We've seen that countless times before, but I thought it was a nice way to show it in this movie, because this movie is a journey throughout one of them days, right? It's just one day where everything is going wrong. So it's nice to be like, damn, they only got 45 minutes left, or man, they got 3 hours left. Like, it was just nice to see that. Now, my overall favorite scene and message in this movie was the payday loan. I saw my mom get so many payday loans when I was a kid, and I watched her credit be absolutely fucking destroyed because of it. And even as a kid, I knew that, and I didn't even really know what credit was back then. I absolutely hate payday loan places. I think they only exist in the hood. I think they are predatory and they prey on poor people.
But these are bounties. Is that legal? I can't be legal.
I mean, I guess we could talk about my relationship with money at another time, but yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, I hate payday loan places. They're so predatory. But what I actually love about this movie, even though it is a comedy, obviously, it brought awareness to that. And it was like, look, Cat Williams outside being like, you do not want to go here. This will ruin your life. They will literally hunt you down.
Get out. Run! I had 15 loans with them. No need to work in a job. They garnish all your wages. They hunt you, literally. It's perverse.
I also think the significance of that scene might be lost on people who didn't experience it. And look, shout out to you. If you didn't have to watch your parents get payday loans, that means you probably didn't grow up poor. I did. And I just know that those places are just terrible places. As we see, they came hunting down Lolo like they were the FBI. And my eyes absolutely started watering when I saw that the APR was 1900%. That's not even legal. It's not even legal. Like, that is, but that really shows the predatory nature of them, right? It's like, they'll be like, we'll give you money now, and then your APR is 1900. You're never paying that back. You're never gonna pay that back. And Drew's credit score was 122. And just like that lady said,
I've never seen a credit score this low. Well, when I went to business school, I had to get a loan.
it was just so damn hilarious, so damn truthful. I love that scene so much. I also love the brown skin representation that we got in this movie. You know, SZA and Keke, both brown skin, beautiful women. Both of them have glowing skin. I just thought this movie was so fun and such an easy watch, and it also is rewatchable. I'm definitely gonna be watching it again. Do I feel a new comfort movie coming on? It might be. I loved it that much. But let me know what you thought of it. I can't wait to hear it, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Have you seen One of Them Days on Netflix?
What? No.
You gotta see it.
Okay.
It's about your neighborhood.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say it today.
It's good. It's funny.
Oh, it's funny.
It's a comedy.
My neighborhood is funny.
Watch the movie.
Okay.
Keke Palmer is in it.
Okay, I'll watch it. And then I'll let you know about it.
Yeah, let me know what you think.
Okay, love you.
Love you. Just one of them days that a girl goes through. Just one of them days. Monica did a crazy run on One of Them Days. I keep wanting to say Elisa because I have a friend named Elisa who spells it like Alyssa. Okay, I just had to. I hope this is right because I did just turn this a little. Let's see.
Wake up in Pasadena. Nobody asked where we from. Cold-blooded conversation. ADD told me to run. Why he got too many coats? Cali got too many sons. Home with the famous and broke. Broken and lonely, a bunch.